Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So we did our first bees this year, and unfortunately we went on vacation last week. The bees seemed to be doing all right, and we got back and it looked like the yellow jackets had pushed them out, and we lost both of those hives, so that's unfortunate. And it's a rookie mistake. We probably didn't have the bee extruder in, or the insect extruder in, or the little block piece that keeps limits access, and that might have been to it, or we didn't do a mic check, so we're still new at this. The other thing is I was kind of letting my wife take that on, so what we're doing today is breaking the boxes down and harvesting what honey is left in the comb. And then what I want to do right now is an experiment on melting down some of the comb down for wax. Now, since I got so much to do at one time, what I'm going to try is take a turkey fryer, and what I've done is put 3 gallons of water in it, and I'm going to heat that water up to about 120, probably closer to 150. I think the melting point for beeswax is like 140. So, and we're going to put that in there, and I should get a block. Now I went ahead and left a turkey puller in there, and what I'm going to try to do is pull the block out all at one time, and that kind of gives me a way to kind of handle it and manage that, because right there I can't stack nothing with this if I get it into a thick block. And what it also should do is all the junk in the comb should fall to the bottom. All right, as we're getting close to 100 degrees, I went ahead and started putting pieces in there so they can start rendering down. And I guess we can kind of think of it as rendering down hog fat to some extent. I don't know if that's a good comparison or not, but that's what it makes me think of. So real quick, I wanted to mention that the wax is, from what I understand, is highly flammable. So you don't want to get it on the burner or let it overflow or spill. So I'm doing this with extreme caution, and I'm not saying that you should do it. So this is for entertainment purposes. But I am doing it for my knowledge, so if I set this thing on fire, shame on me. So with that, I don't condone anything dangerous, but I'm still a rookie at this, so don't crucify me, and see what happens. All right, so I got everything melted down as best I could. One of the things, excuse me, that I just realized what I should have done is gotten a cheesecloth or a set of pantyhose and put all the comb in it, because this is all what's floating on top is brood and everything else, I guess dirt and whatnot. Now some of it's going to settle to the bottom, but the stuff that's lighter than the wax or the water is come up to the top, and I need a way to kind of filter it out. So for right now, I'm just going to let it harden up, and then I'll melt it and render it down again. But here's my mixing spoon. As you can see, it's did a nice beautiful yellow wax that's coated on that spoon. I did try scooping some of that junk out of there, but there was got to be an easier way, and that was what my research showed us doing, kind of that kind of a screening effect with either a cheesecloth or a set of pantyhose. So we'll let it cool out and see if I can get out there, and we can see what the biscuit is going to look like. All right, changing up a little bit. Obviously it got dark, but I pulled off the wax, and it only made like a 1/4 inch in that big pot. So, and there was a lot of junk on the bottom. So what I've done is put it all in some cheesecloth, and I'm melting it down with basically, I guess, a steam. Basically I got the water boiling below it, and it's steaming the pot up around it, and it's melting the wax back down. And I got some forms or molds in the house that they're just regular craft molds that I'm going to put all the wax in to be able to measure by weight. And then hopefully in a later video I'll make some, I'm thinking chapstick, but no more than what we got. I'd like to try it and see what happens, but we'll try this and see how the strain goes on this. But that is, as you can see in there, that is some yellow, very bright yellow wax. So I don't know if that's because of the amount of pollen was in it with just all that comb there where we were salvaging what was left in our hives. Don't know. I will say I'm also worried about that the cloth is going to absorb a lot of the wax, but said I don't know. This is the first time doing it, so it's an experience, and we get to learn it the same way. All right, folks, so it's a couple days later. I ran out of daylight when I was melting this wax down, but this is, we're getting some, the finished result. I got just a little craft mold pack. That was little trucks, and basically poured my beeswax into, and got about an ounce piece. So learned a lot. The first way I did it, I came back and did like a after we got done pressing and processing some honey, we had a whole bunch of comb, and I put it in a bowl on top of steam, and it seemed to work better on that block there. So I got about 2 pounds in a cooker, or excuse me, in a kettle, that I'm going to pour out into some 1 pound molds for a future project. So, but fun times, and looks like we were able to salvage a couple things out of these old hives. So we don't feel too bad now after talking with our local bee or the guy that's been helping us out. He lost 5 hives this season too. So granted, that was like 5 out of 40, or he might have more than that. I don't know. He's kind of bee crazy, but hopefully next spring I'll be able to tag along with some of his stuff. Maybe I can bring some content on that. So keep an eye out. We're going to do some more beeswax stuff here in the next couple of weeks. Try to get some Christmas presents for some people out of our wax. So I hope to get those posted. With that, appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.